so they were kind of freaking out.
Oh, heck yeah.
My brother used to do that all the time. Don't make noise. God, Jim. It would keep you apart.
It's on the other end.
I know.
All set?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. Rob, would you call the roll, please?
Ms. Least.
Here.
Mrs. Sweet.
Here.
Mr. Bear.
Here.
Mr. Whitaker.
Here.
Mr. DeVoli.
Here.
Mr. Hannah.
All members of council are present. Please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And good evening, everyone. This is the regular session of the Enon Village Council. This is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026. Any additions to the agenda for this evening?
Parks Committee update.
Okay, Mr. Bear, Parks Committee.
Public Safety Committee.
Mr. Hannah, Public Safety Committee. Anything else? All right, we'll go into approval of the minutes from the Tuesday, February 10th, 2026 meeting. And I would entertain a motion and a second to approve those if the council is satisfied with the contents.
So moved.
Second.
And call the roll, please.
Mrs. Sweet.
Yes.
Mr. Bear.
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker.
Abstain.
Mr. DeVoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hannah.
Yes.
Ms. Least.
Yes.
Those are approved as presented. And Rob, I'll turn it over to you for finances. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So, financial reports, bank reconciliation for the month of January is submitted for your review. Nothing terribly out of the ordinary for the month of January. We did have the final December tax payments, which were came out of the bank in January. So those were the only the quarterly payments were made. So the only thing out of the ordinary. Looking at our general fund balance, you'll notice that is a little low, but we will, God willing, get the real property tax settlement within the month of March, which will increase that and the police levy balances. So January month-ending balances are general fund $163,484.71. The street fund is at $50,182.23. Our park fund is sitting at $50,600.50. The police levy fund is at $45,020.59. And the water operating fund is very healthy at $416,487.31. Unless there are any questions, I would ask that the bank reconciliation report for the month of January be accepted as submitted.
And again, the first half of real estate taxes, those usually come in towards the end of March.
It just depends on how quickly the auditor's office is in balancing their books. So I think the tax payments are due this Friday, if I remember correctly.
Gotcha.
So
Probably in another month then.
it could be, it'll be the tail end of March or the beginning of April when we get that.
Okay.
I'll move that we accept the bank reconciliation for January as presented.
I'll second.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's minor, very, very minor. Resources available for appropriation, 20 cents from ARPA.
Yeah, that one I think's been on there.
Yep, that's there.
That's still gonna be there for how long?
It may be there forever.
Okay.
We had to, if you remember.
What can you purchase for 20 cents? They would be happy with.
Well, the thing is, we're not allowed to purchase anything anymore. So if you remember, that was the
Yeah,
part of the money that we
exactly.
got and then had to be encumbered by the end of 24 and had to be expended by the end of 25. And we were good with that. And we used the playground reimbursement project that Kevin did through the state of Ohio to get those off the books. And we came darn close within 20 cents. And so that 20 cents is going to sit there
For 20 cents.
because I
Okay.
cannot encumber it and we can't spend it, but we can't move it. So I don't know
Can't
that
spend
it
it,
will be
can't
worth
move
the stamp that it will cost the federal government to send us a letter to tell us that we're bad. So it may just be there till the end of time.
Any other questions? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Bear.
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker.
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli.
Yes.
Mr. Hannah.
Yes.
Ms. Least.
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet.
Yes.
Can you give a quick update on the paperwork for the renewal of the police levy, the 2.5, Rob?
Sure. So we did have a bit of a scare about that this past week. everyone remembers that we did pass both resolutions necessary to put that on the ballot. And that levy's final year of being on the tax rolls was last year. This is the final year that it's collectible. So the law and the rule that I was taught was that you can put the renewal on that in the final year, the November election, that is still on the tax roll. So that would have been November of 25. And we submitted the paperwork to this Board of Elections, who in turn submitted it to the state of Ohio, and we got a rejection back saying we cannot put that on the ballot until this November. And I thought that was wrong, and so we called the Board of Elections, and they said, yep, it's going to be this fall, and we asked to talk with the attorney that had told them that, and they were willing to talk with the solicitor. We had 2 levies for the police that are 2.5, and the good people at the Secretary of State's office didn't bother to look that up, and we're just thinking it was the other levy, so that's why they told us we couldn't put it on until November. So the Village of Enon was correct. They have since retracted their denial of our levy, and it will be on the ballot.
It'll be resubmitted to the Secretary of State for approval, I think, was the latest we saw.
Well, it's for approval of the ballot language.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
Thanks for
but
following up
it
on
just
that.
goes to show you can't take an answer at face value. If you think it's wrong, you need to follow up on it.
Yep.
Thank
And
you
that's
for
what we did.
pursuing
And
that.
that's what we did.
Appreciate your work on that.
Yep, no problem. But it was a hairy 36 hours thinking that we were had done it incorrectly.
Any questions for our fiscal officer? Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Chief Wise, I'm going to turn it over to you. You have an introduction for us this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. If I could get Alan Craker to come up. Alan started his career with the Enon Police Department back in 93, 92? 91. So he worked here at the same time I did. And then he went on to Dayton Police Department and then finished his career with Fairborn Police Department as a detective. When he retired in 23, Fairborn sent him through to be the evidence room technician. So Alan's going to be a great help with us, helping out with the evidence room and investigations. So I'd just like to introduce everyone to Alan Craker.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. This is home to me. This is where I started my policing career in 91, as Chief explained. And I'm just happy to have this opportunity to come back and serve the village once again.
We're glad you're
Appreciate
back.
it, yeah.
Glad you're back. No place like home.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
He can go introduce himself to each council.
Oh.
Wants to? Yep.
Rob Storm. Oh, great. Good to see you.
Cindy Lee, nice to meet you.
Good to see you again, man. Yep.
Nice to meet you. Christian Boyd, nice to meet you.
You're going to put him to work, right?
Ready.
All right, we'll go into items of communication. I had a couple things that I wanted to bring up. The first one has to do with the Clark County Utilities and the billing that occurred for them this past December. We had a couple unusual events that occurred at the same time. We bill Clark County basically the same way we do a customer for the Village of Enon. They have so many services. They're allowed for their regular charge, so many gallons per service, and they typically do not have a meter overage. They sustained a substantial leak. I can't remember whether it was Holiday Valley or Green Meadows, Arthur. I can't remember where it was at now. But they couldn't find it in one of their water lines, and they had to bring in a locating company, made the repair. So the timing of that and the way the meter was read for Clark County, it created an overage for them. They reached out to me and asked for relief on that bill. We investigated it at the staff level. I had Jason Rose, our superintendent, look into it. Part of the problem was the leak. The other problem was the number of days between when the meter had been read the previous month and when it was read in December. And there was a full week that went by 7 extra days, if you will. So it was kind of an unusual circumstance. And it is my intention to remove that bill. I wanted to bring it to council's attention. Our codified ordinance does allow the mayor to make adjustments, but typically it's just with residential service lines. And, maybe it's $100 or $200, but because this one was so large, I just wanted it to be in the minutes and the reasoning why it was going to be removed because of those two situations. So, and if anybody has any specific questions, I'll be happy to answer those or get with you after the meeting. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about was Enon night at the Dayton Dragons. Arthur and I got an opportunity to meet with the marketing people out at the ballpark last week, and they explained a little bit better the process for setting up an Enon night, K-N-I-G-H-T, thanks to Chief Wise. And they have provided us with some dates that are available to proceed. Basically, they would take care of making sure there was an online system where people that were interested could buy their tickets. They would be $15 a piece, and then $7.50 of that would come back to the village. I did talk with Darren Kanapke, superintendent of the Green and Local Schools. He thinks it would be neat if we could kind of partner up, whatever that means, with the schools and try to get them to promote it as well. So there is a date that is available Friday, June 26th, that I would like to propose that we set as Enon night at the Dayton Dragons game. And if it goes well, we would use the monies, the $7.50 from every ticket, if it's council's wishes, to go back into the park fund. So, if there's any questions, or
The date's good with me.
that would be a Friday night, and that seemed to be a consensus of when people thought it would be good. It doesn't interfere with the weekend. And, possibly if the Green and Band was available, or the choir, or just, somebody from the high school that would be able to maybe participate. They did offer the plaza out front for the band to play, and we thought that was kind of cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, but they were very accommodating, and I think it'd be fun for the community. You don't have to be a resident of Enon, anybody could come. So, but we would be sitting in selected spots throughout the stadium. So,
Cool.
we good?
Yep.
Okay,
with me.
awesome. Thank you very much. And I had one other item, and I'll start out, and Arthur, I'll turn it over to you. As most of you know, the Green Vista Drainage Project, that's been, it's been on our agenda for probably close to 10 years. And as a result of the drainage issues there at Green Vista and Enon Xenia, it generated a larger project, a multi-million-dollar project on Enon Xenia Pike to accommodate additional surface water. Now comes our portion. We did apply for an Ohio Public Works Commission grant, and you do have that information in front of you. Arthur made copies, and I'll let him go through the specifics. But just in general, we had a little, not a glitch, but we had a little extra explaining to do about the project to make sure that it still qualified for funding. And Arthur, you did a good job. You took care of that for us. You cleared that up. And what will happen next is funds will become available in July. The engineer, at his own risk, has offered to go ahead and begin the bidding process. And that will take place next month. Right now, according to the engineer, bids are very competitive, which is good for us. It's good for taxpayers. These are tax dollars that's paying for this project. But we will go ahead and begin the bidding process. And Arthur, I'll let you kind of give maybe some of the numbers there that's part of the grant. And I know Kevin had started this, but
Yes, sir.
now you're in charge.
Yeah,
So.
yes, sir. So as it relates to the bid, they'll go out, I think, on March the 3rd, and the engineer said that he would kind of orchestrate that because they can't start working until July 1st. That's when the money is released. So he'll orchestrate talking with them to let them know, hey, you win the bid, but you won't be able to start working until July 1st. The total project cost is $331,678. The grant that we applied for, the money that we were receiving is $278,578. And if you flip over to the next page, the amount that the village will pay will be $53,100. Again, we ran into a couple of snags on last week, but we were able to get it figured out, so we are good to go.
Yep.
As it relates to this project. Yes, sir.
Good job. Any questions on that?
Or would those funds probably be taken from the general, or would it be partials?
That'll be street funds. And we probably should get that appropriated whenever we're able to, our portion. Any other questions? All right, Arthur, we'll stick with you. I'll turn it over to you for the rest of your report.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Can I say something about the Dayton Dragons game?
Sure.
Right quick. So this could really be a fun night. It's an exciting night. The mayor said something about the band, but again, we could have the mayor throw out the first pitch.
What?
If Mr. Hannah wanted to sing the national anthem, he could do that. So if y'all got any ideas, just let us know. We want to make it a fun night. So.
Saying I'll throw the pitch.
You don't do underhanded baseball games.
All right, so vehicle maintenance. So during the recent snow event, I think the bigger one in January, we found we had a vehicle we had to actually get repaired right after that event. And so we discovered at that time that the vehicles hadn't really been maintenance. You know, it wasn't consistent maintenance on the vehicle. So what we decided to do was we had all the vehicles inspected and had routine maintenance. What we're doing, we're compiling some of the issues that they told us that we have, and what we're gonna do is, if something is like really big, we'll bring it before council. But right now, I don't see anything that I anticipate to be like major. We're kind of working in the house on things, but if we have something major, we will bring it before council.
So you're gonna get on a schedule now, maybe
Yes,
every
sir,
year,
absolutely.
every other year, or
It'll
something
be
like that?
biannually, yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. And lastly, positions that we had open. We were blessed to be able to find part-time water clerk, office assistant. We had quite a few applications that we went through, but we were able to narrow it down to about 10 really good candidates. The young lady that we chose, we feel she's super smart. She has plenty of experience with the public, and she shows an eagerness to learn. We chose her, and I think she'll be an excellent fit for the village. She will start on next week, I think Tuesday, Monday.
Hannah, what's her last name?
Miss Hannah.
Asmo.
Miss
Hannah Asmo.
Yes. And so I think she's a perfect fit for the village. And I encourage you on next week, if you're around, stop by and say hi to her.
I was very surprised at the number of applicants that we got, the number of qualified applicants that we got for that position. So it was kind of tough to narrow those from that 10 down to 3 and then to 1. So you guys did a nice job, by the way,
Yes, sir.
on doing that.
You're saying her last name is Asmo?
Yes, ma'am. And lastly, we're still interviewing for the water and street maintenance technician position. We've interviewed quite a few people, but we wanted to interview a few more. We want to make sure we get the perfect fit for the position. And Mr. Jason Rose, the water superintendent, and Mr. Doug Barnell, the street foreman, they're assisting me in interviewing at this point. So, yes, sir. And that's it for me.
How many have you done? Maybe 5 to 7?
We've done 7.
7,
They
okay.
were pretty good.
Okay.
But we want to interview a few more.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Questions for our administrator? Thanks, Arthur.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
Thanks.
Chief, I'll turn it over to you. Good evening.
Good evening. For the vehicle maintenance, nothing major. But we had to get tires. We had to get tires for the 2019 Ford. We got a screw in one of the tires, and it just was in a spot where they could not plug it safely. So we ended up having to buy 4 tires for that this past week. In April, Saturday, April the 25th, is our drug take back day here at the department. The same day, they're also doing their kickoff for the Blue Envelope program at the Clark County Fairgrounds. So we're going to try to separate and get enough people to where we can do both events. And like I stated earlier, Officer Craker is going to help out with Sergeant Pennywit to maintain the property room. With his experience and knowledge, hopefully we can keep that running smoothly. And that's it.
Questions for our chief? Thanks, Chief. Let's go into committee reports, and Mr. Bear, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On the 18th, the Parks Committee had a meeting, and the purpose of that meeting was to meet with Jay Crow, the president of State Soccer, to see if we could help them out to find some places to play soccer. I thought the meeting was very productive. We got a lot of information gathered, and we're going to be gathering more. We're looking to have another meeting at least in the next couple months, once we get some more data to figure out exactly how much land we're going to be using to try to turn into soccer fields. Obviously, we're not looking to do anything for 26. This will be for 27. But again, I mean, I think the committee will agree it was a very productive meeting, and I think it's going to be a really good project for the community. I gave everyone copies of those notes to review, and if you also for talking points, if anyone asks about what's going on, that we have some idea of what we're doing. Other than that, I'll accept a motion to accept the minutes from the committee.
So moved.
Need someone from the committee? We need a second.
Second. All right, all those in favor? All right, minutes approved.
It was easy enough. I just want to say one thing. I appreciate the work that we continue to do on this, and I know sometimes it doesn't move as quickly as we would like for it to, but we're still making some progress. And I was talking to Ben before the meeting, maybe a possible source of funding, Arthur, would be to apply for a Department of Natural Resources Nature's grant that could help with the development of the soccer field or fields, however it turns out, if that's the direction we end up going. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. So, thanks, Ben.
Yep.
Mr. Hanna?
On February 17th, the Public Safety Committee met. I've given everybody copies of the minutes off of that. We appreciate the people that showed up for that, and we, if you want to look over the minutes, basically what we did was talked about what the police department needs in the future, things that might need replaced, training programs or training efforts, and some other events that go on. So with that, I'd entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented with the council, the committee.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Rick. Appreciate it. So we have nothing else on our agenda for this evening. Comments from the public?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Good meeting.
That was